People being jealous of you without your notice. Sometimes you just mind your own business, be yourself, and people start jealous. Look at that asshole living early every day, still get promoted 3 times in a year. He must have sucked a lot of dicks. Bitch, I don't average 5 coffee breaks, 10 social media posts, and 2 soap opera episodes every day. It's pathetic how Chinese companies have those rules to encourage employees to milk their time. For example, the office hour is from 9 to 6. If you stay until 7, that extra hour will be eligible for year-end evaluation. If you stay until 9, the company will reimburse your dinner money. If you stay until 10, they will pay for your cab ride. So there's a lot of cheap motherfuckers rent a cheaper apartment 2 hours away from work. Wake up 6 in the morning, get home at 11 just to save $300 a month. You think it's crazy, but it's actually a pretty good deal for them. Cause it doesn't matter where you scroll your phone. And who the fuck enjoy a crowded ride in the subway during rush hour anyway? Just to spend another hour or 2 to cook and wash dishes? I understand it's still not worth it for you. And you probably got this question for him. Don't you got a life? Don't you have interest? Now you are making my people jealous with all those questions. Every year, over 99% of the students who take college enrollment exam are not from Beijing or Shanghai. If they want to have better education and better opportunities, they better study their ass off to get into those cities. Which means sleep 5 to 6 hours a day. Eat non-nutritional bullshit in less than 10 minutes. And for the rest of the time, you have to fuck with your textbooks, or your teachers are gonna humiliate your unmotivated ass. Imagine you had been doing that from 12 to 18. Would you have any interest? No, you would not. You won't even be able to tell what is interesting. You just assume something's interesting because interesting people is doing it. They are interesting people because a lot of people say they're interesting people. When those kids make it to the bigger city, it's really hard for the local kids making friends with them. Because they have no idea what you're talking about, they think you're bragging. Until you take them to a mind-blowing event, everything's so new, they're overwhelmed. Then, they start to feel ashamed of their past. Some of them feel uncomfortable with a new role in a new environment, so they start to keep a distance with you. Some of them adapt real quick, but the vibe is always different with their present, because they're always gonna come up with some goofy shit to prove they're not rustic. You ever seen Chinese international students show up in the seminar dressed like they're about to walk the red carpet? Just to prove they're not from a country-ass town in the third world country. But you will never see them dressed like that in your party because they will never show up in your party because they are afraid of their rustic side get exposed. Bruh, you ever seen people dressed up for visa application? That shit's funny as hell. Motherfucker dressed like Will Smith from Men in Black. They made him go through securities 4 times and they still search. It looked like they were hoping to find some shit. My guy came out of the surgery room ready to shoot Hangover 4. That guy went home, got a lot of life to think about. But most of the time, people making fool of themselves without being warned. You remember those days when Easy first came out, they were all limited? Sneakerheads along with a lot of stupid motherfuckers were in line for that shit? I was in college at the time and one of the Chinese students I knew bought that shoe and posted for attention. Even though Chinese international students most likely came from decent family, but it doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're doing. I was an asshole. I assumed that kid didn't know who Kanye was. He just bought it because it was trending. To prove that, I left a comment asking, what is easy? I was expecting the worst response, which is, I don't know, probably just a random English word. Instead, that stupid kid replied something even worse. That's pay, yeah. I was laughing my ass off at the moment because in Chinese, we translate Kanye as Kanye. Not only he didn't know who Kanye was, but also he couldn't read that Chinese word. But I ain't done yet. I keep asking, who is pay? And my man replied, Google it. Bruh, I don't think AI is that powerful, but I guess having a pair of Yeezy does boost your confidence for fashion. Who knows? Perhaps I was just one of those country-ass boy, jealous of other people looking better than me. Or maybe I'm just a person get annoyed every time I see people trying to make other people jealous.